Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation. And immediately I want to address the censors who monitor the community guidelines. I want to go over again, we've had problems in the last week or so where 3 times you interrupted our live or stopped it altogether. And I want to address the 3 things that you were concerned about that are huge misunderstandings. Number 1, you had said there are harmful substances on here that may hurt the people on the live. Well, first of all, you need to understand there are no substances. This is based on food, and everything we share with our audiences is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's peer-reviewed human trial medicals. They're in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in the Nutrition Journal, in Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications. So it's 100% safe, and it's food. There are no substances, no gimmicks, nothing. Also, you said it's an extreme diet, which distorted body image or body dysphoria or whatever you wanted to say. First of all, again, everything that we're sharing with the audience is number 1, it's a detox. It is not a diet. It has nothing to do with diets. No counting calories. No one was even allowed to exercise. All we're doing is sharing with the audience the medical proof of this detox. And the configurations of the body shapes, etc., are the result of storing the chemicals inside our fat cells. And we have medical proof this removes the chemicals and people shrink. People are being told that, they gain weight and they've added fat. That's a total fabrication. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and the really good news is with people, we can show them through detox how their body can literally shrink, even if they never set foot in a gym or do no exercise whatsoever. So those 2 things, it's not a diet, it's not an extreme diet, there's no body disorientation, etc. The third thing you said, we were directing people to our website to buy products. Let me be clear, we have no products, there are no products, we have no intention of having any products. All we're showing people is a grocery list that they can take to their grocery store, and then 30% of what they buy, and the other 70% from researchers who've gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. And we have helped over 800,000 people in 23 years. Also, this protocol that we're talking about, we didn't invent it. It's called protein pacing. It's a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office. So again, to the censors, do you think really that the Patent Office would grant a registered trademark for a health and wellness protocol that was not safe? So if anything, we're more within your guidelines than anybody. I can't find anybody on your platform with 1 shred of medical evidence, not 1 shred. No one's holding up peer-reviewed human trial medical studies because they don't have any. They're all making claims, but they have nothing to back those claims up. We do, and we've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. So hopefully that'll satisfy any of the questions you may have had before. So it was a huge misunderstanding. We're totally compliant in every way with all of your guidelines, right? All right, so Nookster and MVSM, Joseph, Upi, Gania, Lynn, Pamela, Shireen. Hello, everybody. So she really safely lost 60 pounds in 90 days with this revolutionary all-natural food detox. No products, no gimmicks, no anything. This is based on food and a new way of consuming. It was invented not by us, but by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. And on top of that, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. If you're doing this to lose weight, you already missed the point. The weight loss in this is so dramatic, we know that's a given. The key to this is this question that I ask everybody. 2 questions. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? If you don't, you're on the wrong podcast. We now know that we're drinking, breathing, eating chemicals, including poisons like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants. And the body, to protect you, is taking those chemicals and stuffing them inside what's called your visceral fat. You complain about the fact, you think, oh, I've gained all this weight and fat. You haven't gained any fat at all. That's a complete lie you're being told. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with the same number of fat cells, but your fat cells expand or contract. Thank goodness on this, through detox, they're shrinking. So and I know a lot of people say, oh, it's a different woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. We're not photoshopping anything. But you look at from her face, her arms, her body, her whole body literally shrank as a result of detoxification. It has nothing to do with body image, body shape, nothing to do. It's the medical proof that she's getting healthier by what? Her body is able to remove these chemicals that are embedded inside of her visceral fat. Does that make sense to everybody? This is first and foremost a detox. The weight loss is a wonderful throw-in. It's not a diet, nothing to do with diet. And you can see again, She safely lost 60 pounds in 90 days, revolutionary all-natural food detox. It's not a diet. She's kept it off for 9 years, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's the same woman. It's not Photoshop. So that's where we begin today. Now, the other good news is we give for you a free medical website. I'm putting it down on the bottom. It's called the New Health Conversation. And that website is free for you to go to, and there's nothing to buy on that website. The only thing on the website is the actual medical proof, including these peer-reviewed human trial studies. So Amy and Jill and Maria, lots of you coming on, I see that. The thing that's so unique about what we have to offer to you, that there's no products. You're buying food. But I will promise you, I'll challenge any of you. Show me anybody else or any diet you're following with one shred of medical evidence. The medical evidence needs to be a published, peer-reviewed human trial study, not on mice or rats or chickens, no, on human beings, and then published in the biggest journals. And the journal's job, which you need to understand why this is so significant, including the censors, the journal's job is they hire world experts to go over the data the researchers have submitted. And their real job is to prove it's not valid. That's why no drug ever gets approved without a peer-reviewed human trial medical study. This is the only protocol in the world, and it's not one or two journals. It made it through the scrutiny of 10 different journals. Each journal has their own sort of investigative people that they work with. So to pass 10 peer-reviewed human trials, forget it. No one's ever seen anything like this. It is not a diet. Here's what I will tell you. You can easily, hello Amy, hello Elock. Okay. Let me explain this to you. The weight loss on this is, on average, men and women, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. And I'll prove it to you. If some of you want to put in, you're male or female, how tall you are and how much you weigh. Now remember, I'm not just making things up. The New Health Conversation started 23 years ago by one person, and that one person was me. We've now helped 800,000, hundreds of thousands of people. But we have the data. So when I give you the numbers, we're reasonably sure that's really what's going to happen based on 800,000 people, men and women. We know if you're male, female, how tall you are, your current weight. We know how quickly you can lose the weight and keep it off. This is not a diet. I mean, this could change your whole life. You can see it right there in the middle in white, the New Health Conversation. That's the website you can go to. It's free. We don't contact you if you go there. The only way we'll contact you is if you like what you see. Scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach. The coaching, the consultation, guess how expensive it is? $0. The only thing you're buying, nothing from us, by the way, from your grocery store, 30% of what you spent last month, and 70% from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, and then we'll teach you a new way of eating. We were all taught, we were all coached, and the coaches are volunteering because they had such amazing results. They came back to us and said, look, we'd like to help somebody else. Everybody gets a coach for free. The coaching's free. We got medical doctors, we got RNs, we got PAs, we have fitness trainers, we got you name it, and just regular people that had life-changing results. Because again, if you can lose as much weight safely in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet, do you think you'd be excited? So again, I ask any of you, if you want to, put it in the chat, Unknown One or Rachel, or any of you, if you want to put it in the chat, if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this. So who would like to do that? I guess we don't have too many viewers. Okay, well, there's not much I can do about that. Yes, my God, Clemmy, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. 1,000,000% yes, 1,000,000%. Because one of the things they measured in this, Clemmy, was inflammation, and it came down 25% in a month. So people with RA, whatever, we're not curing anything. But the discomfort levels just came down massively, massively. Because inflammation is that's your red light going off, your engine light when you've got RA. That's where the pain comes from. It's from the inflammation. So imagine, we have medical proof, look, I have it here in my hand. Inflammation came down 25% in a month, Clemmy. You think any diet does that for you? No, you're loading up an ibuprofen or Tylenol or whatever for the pain. This, like I said, it lowered inflammation by 25%. That's why I keep telling all of you, it's not a diet. Don't do this to lose weight. You will lose weight, Milton. Everybody. So Clemmy, you can go, Clemmy, so if you want to tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you, even with RA, how quickly you can. By the way, no one was allowed to exercise, Clemmy. No one. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Why? Because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. Otherwise, you would have said, oh, well, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. This is a detox. And obviously, part of what's causing the inflammation, Clemmy, is the chemicals you're storing inside your fat cells. All of us are, not just you. It's everybody. Clemmy, I'm a female. Clemmy, I'm female. 390. How tall are you, Clemmy? Because obviously that kind of weight puts tremendous strain on the fact you have RA on top of that. Wow. So how tall are you, Clemmy? So I can give you, I'm going to blow your mind as how fast you can lose the weight. Any of you, if you want to do it, okay, you're 5'8". So Clemmy, at most you want to be about 140, that's 158 pounds. Clemmy, in 4 days with no exercise, you're going to lose about 10 pounds. So by Christmas, you should be about 365, 368. By January, 365, you'll lose another 30 pounds, 35 pounds. So you're going to be down then to about 330. Then 330 to get you down to 140. That's 330. That's 100. That's you're 330. Yeah, it's 90. Yeah, 190 pounds. Okay, you should easily be in the low 200s by like April, and I would think you'd get it all off by summer. By summer, you could be very close to 140 pounds. Tell me how much that would excite you. Clemmy, you go here to this website, all of you can go to this website, I'm going to type it in for you, Clemmy, right at the very bottom. The New Health Conversation. I just typed it. It's going to post. You see it there? Clemmy, tell me. Right underneath your name, The New Health Conversation. Do you see it? All you can go there. It's a free website. There's nothing to buy. We're not going to, if you go there, Clemmy, we won't contact you. But if you like what you see, Clemmy, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach, and they're going to coach you all the time to get you down from your weight down to where you want to be. But how much do you think that would take relief off your body? I mean, think about it. So by Christmas, you're going to probably be down at 6 weeks. My God, you could be down 45 pounds by Christmas. I mean, tell me how excited you'd be about that, Clemmy. How much would that make a difference? Mackie, interesting. Yes, Mackie. Again, Mackie, it's not a diet. There were no calorie counting allowed. No one was allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits. And Mackie, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Mackie, you or anybody else, I would challenge anybody. Show me anybody on social media, any diet you're following with one shred of medical evidence. There isn't any. This is the first protocol in history that's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It was developed by the top weight loss nutrition researchers in the world. For 40 years, they've done 100 studies paid to analyze diets. They never, ever found a diet that people lost weight and kept it off, and 2/3 already gained more weight than they lost, and 25 to 40% of everything you're losing on any diet you're on is lean muscle mass. And that's why you plateau in these diets and ultimately gain all the weight back. But by losing lean muscle, what else do? You slow down your own immune system. So whatever diet you're on, Mackie or anybody, you're literally making yourselves unhealthy. Now that may make you mad. I hope the hell it does. This is not a diet. This is going to make every diet obsolete, which it should. Diets don't work. They don't work long term. They never have. And every year we're getting bigger and bigger. I'll prove it to you. Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse. In 4 years, we estimate 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese, and 50% will be pre-diabetic or diabetic in 4 years. Does that sound to you like diets are working, everybody? You're on these crazy diets. None of them work long term. None. And now everybody's jumping on the shots. I'll deal with that in just a moment. We're not against the shots. They're helping diabetics and people morbidly obese. But compared to this, you'll see it's almost silly. The weight loss on the shot compared to this, it's silly. Geraldine, it is the same person. Sorry. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. It's absolutely the daughter of a friend of mine. And then you look at someone like Julie, even more, 35 pounds in 37 days. Look at how her whole body shrank. That looks like a different person. But when you lose that kind of weight properly, when you're sculpting your body, you're going to look different. Yvette, first day. Good. No, Geraldine, it really is. I'll show you a couple more. Here's There's nothing like this. Look at this gentleman here. He's 65 years old, Geraldine. 40 pounds in a month and 52.5 inches. And also, Geraldine, you have to understand that this protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. There's nothing to make up. We don't have to Photoshop a damn thing, nor would we, or could we. Look, I've been in nutrition, I know it probably doesn't matter, but it matters to me. I've been a nutritional researcher for 23 years. I've written 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. I did 20 shows on PBS. I was a keynote at Autism One, the largest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row, and did over 1,500 live lectures in medical schools and hospitals and towns around the world. My reputation means everything to me. I would never, ever even think about I don't have to. The reason I don't have to make up anything, because we're the only ones in the world with peer-reviewed human trial studies that nobody else has. Geraldine, are you familiar? Tell me anybody. I'm open. I'm a nice person. Tell me anybody you know of on social media with one shred of medical evidence. Oh, I see MDs and PhDs and all these people chattering, health coaches, whatever that even means. They don't have one shred of medical evidence. This is the only this is so far advanced. It was the most advanced medical research that's ever done on health, nutrition, and weight loss. They did things like measured the fact that this is a detox. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, proving that this is removing chemicals from the body. Look at his stomach on day 1. Everybody look at his stomach on day 30. That's with no exercise. No one was allowed to exercise because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. Otherwise, you said, oh, it was diet and exercise. Why they lost weight? No, it wasn't. This is not a weight loss program. Again, to the sponsors, it's not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. It's a detox. So, again, that's all I can tell you. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you wanted to, Geraldine, if you tell me how tall you are and how much you currently weigh, I'll blow your mind at how fast you can lose it. Also, Geraldine, I started the New Health Conversation 23 years ago. We have helped 800,000 people. So we hardly don't need to be making things. I understand. I get that a lot. I would bet that would be your initial reaction because it is. But the thing about this is it's not that dramatic in terms of what we see as far as weight loss goes. Here's a young guy. Look at this one. Everybody, 45 pounds and 60 inches in 30 days. And again, look at his blood work. A1C from 7.9 to 6.2, bad cholesterol 120 to 59 in 30 days. No diet's ever produced anything like this on the planet. Never, ever, even close. Because none of them even have a peer-reviewed human trial study. You know why? Because the claims they're making are what's called unsubstantiated, meaning they can't be proven medically. And unless you can prove it medically, forget it. Why are you entrusting yourselves to keto or paleo or Mediterranean or Cornish or Zone or lose weight for your blood type or Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers? There's not one shred of medical evidence behind any of it. It's all just hearsay. It's not real. I mean, again, Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in 4 years. That's you. These people, some 86% of you are going to be overweight or obese in 4 years. Wow, that sounds like a great program. It's getting worse every single year, and we got more and more and more diets. None of them work. None. Long term. Oh, we're not arguing you can lose weight initially, but then you gain it all back. These people, she's kept the weight off for 9 years. 9 years. Okay, so grow with Rosa, 195, 5'6". Okay. So at 5'6", we'd want you to be about 130 to 65 pounds. Okay, grow with Rosa. You're going to lose about 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. 4 days, not 4 weeks. The first month, so by mid-December, you should be about 170 to 175. By January, you should be easily about 150. So now 150, you've got 20 pounds more to go. Easily by the end, grow. By the end of, by end of February, early March, you'll be 130. That's normal. That's not anything unusual. Just put it in the chat. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. How excited would you be about those numbers? Please tell me. Lee, I'm 5'4", 240. Okay. At 5'4", 240, we'd want you to be no more than 120. That's 120 pounds. Lee, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. 4 days. Hey, there's somebody. We have an amazing, amazing person on here right now who, believe it or not, wanted to gain weight. And she's doing the protocol. See, it's not a diet, everybody, all right? And I know that she's one of our top coaches. She's coached all kinds of people, and the stories that she'll back up are nothing short of amazing. So again, grow with Rosa. What do you, okay, so Lee, like I said, 120. So Rosa, you would be down by Christmas. I see you probably 215. By January, you should be about 185. 185 down to 120, 65 more pounds. So figure by early April, you should be 120. Is that amazing? Comment Lee or comment Grow. What do you think about those numbers, everybody? Right? I'll be very excited, of course. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. Mary Kate. Okay, here's Alma Rodriguez. I'm 52, I'm 170 and 59. Says, okay, you're 5'2". We would want you to be about 110, that's 60 pounds. Again, you're going to lose 5 to 7 pounds in 4 days. Before Christmas, you'll be probably 150. By end of January, you should probably be you're going to be close to 120. And so by, let's say, the end of February, sometime in February, easily you're going to be 110. Alma, how excited would you be about those numbers? Regina, you're coaching people. Can you comment for everybody? Aren't you seeing those kind of numbers with the people you're coaching? This is one of our live coaches, everybody, because the coaching on this is 100% free. She went on it for herself, and believe it or not, she wanted to gain weight. She wasn't looking to lose weight, but she detoxed, and it really changed her. Well, good, Lee. Get ready for it. Get ready for it, because you're going to go there. I'm not kidding you. Okay, so grow with, number one, here's where you go. Hold on just a second. The new health conversation. And as far as the cost, basically, you're going to buy a month's worth of food. You're going to buy 30% of your food from the grocery store. Take your total food budget. You got it? And then the other 70% you're going to buy from these other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You're going to probably spend about as much as you were spending on food. So the cost is very, very affordable. Very, very affordable. Grow with Rosa. So go to the website. You get a coach, and you get a free evaluation, and you buy nothing from us. We have no products for sale. So again, the censor's on TikTok. There's no products. It's food. They get a grocery list, and then they get coached for free. Huh. You see what she's saying there, everybody? The detox helped me lose my belly and made me look pregnant even when I wasn't. I mean, before she did this. Now remember, she wasn't looking to lose weight. She was looking to detox her body. So her stomach went down because she detoxed. Just like you can see here with Kristen, everybody. You look at her stomach on day 1 and then look at her stomach on day 30. You can see how much she shrank based on the detox, because this is a detox. It is not a diet. Let's be very clear about that. Does that make sense to everybody? So good, Alma. Yeah, you've got an amazing opportunity. Regina, I used to look like a pregnant skeleton. Now I look normal and healthy. Does everybody hear that? She's telling you, I used to look like a pregnant skeleton. Now I look like a normal and healthy person. She gained weight. She gained lean muscle. That's what you have to understand on this. She didn't want to lose weight. She was trying. Regina, am I correct? No matter what you did, you were even taking medication, you could not gain weight. Is that a true fact? Again, you all can ask Alma. You can ask her a question. She's coaching all kinds of people. She'll give you the lowdown. Or any of you, user 122, any of you can ask her a question. Julie Mitchell, how does this work? Well, Julie, first of all, it's a detox. It's based on real food, and it's based on a new way of eating that we'll explain to you in just a moment. But Julie, if you want, what I've been doing for people, before I explain to you how you can do it, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose it. It's not a diet. There's no calorie counting. No one was even allowed to exercise. They actually wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. And it wasn't because the research was against exercise. It was because if they would have had exercise and you say, oh, it's diet and exercise, that's where we lost weight. Not true. Okay? All right, so Elda, 5'6", 168. Okay, Elda, we'd want you to be no more than 130. That's 38 pounds. Get ready, Elda. You're going to lose at least 5 or 6 pounds in 4 days. This is too easy. By Christmas, you're probably going to be 145, 148 at the most. And you should be able to then, by the end of January, easily, you're going to be about 130. That's nothing, that's normal. So tell me what you think about that. Yeah, I would love that. Look, Regina's telling me I slimmed in 3 weeks without any extra. I lost my toxic belly after having it my whole life. Wow. So, Ella, are you excited? Ella, would you like to ask Regina a question? She's right there. She's one of the coaches. She's one of the live coaches that's coaching all kinds of people. And she had an amazing result. What's so great to have her on is because she didn't want to lose weight. See, the whole point of this is a detox, everybody. It's not a diet. You're not dieting. Yes, please. So seriously, ask her a question, Ella. Ask her a question about, like, for someone that didn't want to lose weight, what was it like? I mean, Regina, what other things happened to you besides the fact that you slimmed down? Oh, see, she's saying, haha, I'm here, Ella. Yeah, Ella. Regina, why don't you just fill her in a little bit about, again, Ella, this is one of the coaches working with live people every day. The coaching is free. The coaching is free. But Regina's motivation is to change her whole family's life, her life. And she said, look, I want to help other people. I want to help other people. Look at that. Look what she's saying, Ella. Are you reading that? My hormones balanced for the first time in my life. My energy is incredible. No more brain fog. Oh, look what she's saying. It helped my autistic son and my OCD daughter. She has two special needs children. I wanted her to tell you that, not me. But I mean, again, you got to please understand, everybody, it's not a diet. The weight loss, we almost look at it like the booby prize, like that's going to happen anyway. It's the improvement in health. Like her two children, they don't need to lose weight, but their mental capacity and everything is better than it was. We're not curing autism, we're not curing OCD, but we can make their lives an awful lot better. Is that true, Regina, would you say? And her bipolar husband is better man than the man I married. This gave my husband back. Oh, address it. Address Ella. Go ahead, Regina. You can look at her. Regina, can you read her comment? All right, Ella, I'm going to do right now. Thanks for volunteering. If you go and fill it out, Ella, I will get you Regina as your coach. It sounds like you two have an awful lot in common. So when you fill out, if you go to the website and fill out the form, free coaching, make sure I want Regina to be my coach. Okay, can you do that, Ella? Look what she's saying to you, Ella. Look at that. And so, Ella, you understand this is where you go. This is the free website. Hold on. The new health. And I did not know that Regina was going to be on this morning, so I don't think it's a setup. Oh, it's some marketing gimmick. Bull. We don't do that. We don't need to do that. Regina, do we need to trick anybody? I mean, Regina, what's the comment you would, yes, Ella? And you see where to go right there, the new health conversation, Ella. But you've got to scroll down all the way to the bottom and fill out, there's a little form, and then she'll reach out, she'll contact you. But just make sure you put in there, because we have a lot of people that want to do this. I want Regina to be my coach. How's that sound, Ella? Is that pretty cool? You see what she's saying, Ella? Just the protocol balanced my hormones. So you two have a lot in common. This is above my pay grade, and I'm a pretty high-end nutritional researcher. But when it comes to you ladies talking about this, it's like, okay, let's have you two have this discussion. Ella, are you excited? Are you encouraged? Do you understand how much of a difference this could make for you? And otherwise, like you said, otherwise, like you said, Ella, you've tried everything and nothing has worked, right? Am I correct? I don't want to put words in your mouth. Good. Well, I mean, you couldn't have a better partnership here, whatever you want to call it, right? Ella, I could totally talk with you tomorrow. Yeah, everything I tried. Dieting, walking, not eating. Ella, you're telling us the story we hear over and over and over and over again. What I feel sorry for the people that don't at least go to the website and look at the medical proof, for crying out loud. It's free to go there, and we won't even contact you. We can't contact you unless you fill out the form, Ella. We don't do that. So the only way Regina's going to get hold of you if you fill out the form, and then she will call you, text you, smoke signal. No, I'm kidding about the smoke signals. But see what she's saying? I went on a 10-day water fast and it didn't help. This is really exciting. This is like so cool. Look, the new health conversation, Ella and Regina knows this. It's a movement. It's people helping people. Regina can talk to you in a way that I can't. And I'm considered a pretty thorough nutritional researcher. I mean, it's so wonderful to see people be able to do this. I mean, it's life-changing. This is not a diet for any of you. So, for some of the new people coming on, we're talking with one of the actual coaches who coaches people for free. You get coached for free. The only thing you're buying on this is food. You're buying a month's worth of food to get started. Don't you have to eat next month? There's no pills, potions, lotions, injections, nothing. No, it's food and a new way of eating that Regina will teach you how to do. She was taught. She was coached. I was coached. Everybody got coached. The New Health Conversation is a movement. We've helped, you ready for this, everybody? Over 800,000 people. I was saying 600,000 early in the week, and then I realized that I missed like 200,000 people. What's a couple 100,000 among friends, right? No, it's about 800,000 people that we've helped in 23 years. So you're not an experiment, any of you. Are you really serious about losing weight? Yes or no, all of you? Yes or no? It doesn't matter to me or to Regina, but it should matter to you. Get control of your health. And then guess what? Most women on this, Regina will tell you, they're losing like a whole dress size in 7 days. They're blown away. Their energy, their mental, all the things she's talking about. I mean, it's just so great. Yeah, sometimes you have to just believe in the good in people. Exactly. Yeah, this is unbelievable, everybody. Listen, if you're new to this, read the headline. She really safely lost 60 pounds in 90 days. With this revolution, all natural food detox. There's no pills. It's food. And a new way of consuming the food that allows your own body to remove the poisons, the herbicides, the pesticides, Scotchgard, Teflon, flame retardants. We're all storing inside our body, inside our fat cells. Because you are, whether you think it or not. Why do you think you're bloated? It's not because you gained weight and you added fat. Don't get into any of that fat shaming nonsense. We would never do that. It's the physical reaction, your body is your metabolic reaction to what the brain, that's the only thing the brain needs to do is to protect you from these poisons by taking them and shoving them inside your visceral fat. And that's why you have all the bloating on your body, no amount of sit-ups, etc. There's no diet, there's no exercise program that removes fat from your body. It's a complete and utter made up. You're born with the same number of fat cells. You die with the same number of fat cells, and they expand and contract in your lifetime. That's it. Can everybody see that? Oh, look what she's saying. I used to bloat after drinking water. Now I can eat normally without any issues. Coaching is really important, Ella. It's really important. You can see right now you're already making a connection with her. Listen, we feel so lucky. It's not because I started the New Health Conversation. Do you think 23 years ago I thought it would be like 800,000 people? Really? I mean, come on. All I knew was my own results. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks. And all my friends started asking me about it. I went, what? I said, man, this is really something. And I've kept it off for 23 years. 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. This thing has it just takes on its own life because there are more people out there like Regina that come to us and say, look, I want to help other people. I think, Regina, if I'm correct, that you were really on this for even a couple months before you came forward and said, hey, I'd like to help coach other people. Is that true? I don't remember the exact time, Ella, but I think it was a couple months. Because again, she wasn't trying to lose weight. It was more about the physical changes in her body and her hormones and all that. So it was a more complicated situation because she wanted to make sure it was real and worked before she came on and was going to help other people. Oh, I was in for 2 months before I was like, I need to share this with everyone. Okay, great. Terrific. So who else of the new people that have just come on? Why aren't you, I don't get it. I mean, people come on and they jump off. Do you think, I guess you think it's fake. You must think this is not real, the picture. But right there, it's not Photoshop. It's the same woman. It's not, it's the daughter of a friend of mine. We see this all the time. It's not, and that isn't even that unusual. I would say minimum in this, you lose 5 pounds a week, minimum. And then you look at someone like Julie here. I mean, and this is extreme. This is like at the top end of what you would see. But look at that. How about 35 pounds in 37 days? And look at how much her body shrank. It's not body dysphoria. No, it's nothing. It's the medical proof that she's pulling the poisons out. But you don't have to rely just on a picture. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis proving this is removing chemicals from the body. My mom lost 5 pounds in a week doing this. There you go. Third, when I said, oh yes, my hormones all over, no men understand, laugh out loud. I admit it. Ella, did I not admit? Did I not surrender to you two ladies? I said, that's way above my pay grade. But that's why we have great coaches like Regina and other people like her. You know, we have people that like help people with diabetes, with high blood pressure. We have people with no thyroids. Ella, no thyroids. They had thyroid cancer and they couldn't lose an ounce. And they're killing it on this in terms of the weight loss. But how they feel, their energy, everything changed. It's not about the weight loss. That is like a throw-in. It's about detoxifying your body and everything else is going to work better. Doesn't that make sense? It's like giving your cells an oil change. But we have the medical proof to back it up. We got 10 peer-reviewed published human trial studies. Well, at least I'm making you laugh, Ella, instead of crying. That's better. Hi, Clemmy, you're still on. So who else would like to ask Regina a question or me a question or just a question in general? Or if you would like to. No, Ella, thank you. We really do want to help you. I mean, let's make you 800,001. I mean, Gina's part of the 800,000. Look, here's what I say to all of you. Just because this wasn't invented doesn't mean it was possible. And yet, admit it, you're following these other people on social media. And there's MDs and there's PhDs and there's health coaches and there's weight loss people. But not one of them has one shred of medical evidence. So you're turning over your own health to nothing but an opinion with no medical background. Really? Do it if you want at your own peril. And then you wonder why you lose weight and you gain it all back because none of these diets work. But we've got more amazing stories. Look at this guy here, Ken. Look at that, everyone. 34 pounds in 29 days. But look at him, again, the detox. It's the detox. Look at how much he shrank. That has nothing to do with body imaging. That's the medical proof that he's detoxing his body. I mean, all of you have an opportunity here to change the rest of your lives, to hit the reset button like she did. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days with a revolutionary all-natural food detox, kept it off for 9 years, backed by 10 peer-reviewed human trials, and it's the same woman. It's not photoshopped as much as you think it is. Oh, it's a different one. I can't believe it's the same woman. I get that, but it is. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. And I have too much of a reputation to think I need to Photoshop to trick you. I obviously didn't trick Regina. She had the results. Everybody's getting the results. This is not about the weight you're going to lose. You're going to lose as much, I'll tell you right now, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet. Regina, would you say that's true? Regina said, this is the only thing I found that worked after everything I tried. Yeah. So again, some of the new people that are, at least you're kicking the tires, whatever, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are on your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this and keep it off for the rest of your life. It's not a diet, everybody. Understand, we're living in a toxic world. Me, you, all of us are toxic. We're storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants in our bodies, inside our visceral fat. That's the fat around your organs. And those fat cells are expanding. That's why you complain about the bloating. It's not because you gain weight that you have more fat. That's not true. Medically, you are born with the same number of fat cells, you die with the same number, and they expand or contract in your lifetime. That's it. Why does everybody get this? Yeah, Ozempic didn't help them lose much at all, and now they're getting results with us. Listen, everybody, please, if you want, tell me if you're male or female, how tall and your current weight, and we'll show you how fast you can lose weight. Are you really serious about losing weight? Because why would you be following people that are giving you nothing but opinions without one shred of medical evidence? And we have 10 peer-reviewed human trial medical studies that we can share with you. 10 of them, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 10. There's no protocol in the world that can match this. And this is medically proven and it's safe. And you're eating food. Again, to the censors, they're eating food and they're buying nothing from us. We don't have anything to sell you. You buy either from your grocery store or from these other researchers these other foods, you can't buy it at any grocery store. They come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, and Zealand, represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food, which is the key to allow you to detox. So let me explain to everybody how this works. First of all, who invented it? It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world who had done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people, and they were paid to analyze diets. In 40 years, they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off, and 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And the weight that people were losing, they measured it. 25 to 40% of every pound people lost was lean muscle mass. That is one of the most unhealthy things you could ever do to your body. When you lose lean muscle mass, not only do you slow down your metabolism, but you also slow down your immune system. So whatever diet you're on right now, you're actually making yourselves unhealthy. We're all storing herbicide. We're storing poisons in our body, whether you know it or not. It's not up for debate. Hell, they did a study on newborn infants about 10 years ago, and they looked at the cord blood in these babies at birth and found every baby coming in the world was coming in with 287 toxic chemicals in their blood at birth. If a baby has that level of toxins in the body, how many toxins do you think you have? And what are you doing with keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time-restricted eating, fasting? What you're doing? Zero. You're doing nothing. There's never been a gram of a toxin ever shown like in sweat at a gym. No such thing. Nonsense. Complete nonsense. So you're not detoxing. You're not burning fat at the gym. You're not. Absolutely not. Your fat cells are constant through your whole life. They expand or contract, that's it. And on this, thank goodness, they contract because you're detoxing. As you pull the poison out of the fat cell shrinks. Now, the other thing that's critical here, why don't they have loose skin? Because they also gain 6 to 9% lean muscle. Muscle supports, it's a support structure for your skin. So on these diets, when you're losing up to 40% of your lean muscle, you're taking the support away and the skin just falls. That's why you have all the loose skin. That's why you're all disappointed about your body shape. We don't have anything to do with body shape. We don't do anything with that. The medical proof, it does what it does. It's the same woman. All of these pictures, if you look even at Kristen here, she lost 21 pounds, but look at her stomach on day 1, look at her stomach on day 30. That's the detox. That's not body imaging or body dysphoria or body disorientation. Absolutely not. And it's not a diet, it's a detox. Do you all understand this? So she's saying, I gained muscle for the first time in my life despite weightlifting and being on testosterone. This protocol helped me gain muscle when nothing else helped. Again, all of you, understand it's not a diet. So I don't understand. Am I scary? Do you think this isn't real? Do you think it's unsafe? If you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight. I'll challenge any of you. If you're going to lose 20 pounds, be brave enough, put it in the comments. How long would you give yourself to lose just 20 pounds? I mean, the normal answers I get, well, I'm not going to tell you what most people say. So who else would like to know, again, if you tell me how tall you are, how much you currently weigh, and then I'll tell you how quickly you can lose it. Clemmy, you sent me a heart and a hat. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. Okay, Renee, 43, I'm 5'2", 256, no thyroid, total history. Okay, Renee, we have lots of people, no thyroids, thyroid cancer, just like you. I don't have to tell you, Renee, isn't it, please give me in the chat, is it nearly impossible for you to lose weight? Just tell me that. Is that true? Yes? Yes, okay, Renee. So brace yourself, okay? Now, Renee, also, you need to understand, do you see Regina Lux? Do you see that? She's right above you, too. She's one of our top coaches, and she's been commenting about the fact that she had severe hormone issues. She's 36 years old, and she needed to gain weight. So let me explain to you when you want to lose weight, what's going to happen to you. You're 5'2", 256. We'd want you to be about 110. So that's going to be 146 pounds, okay? Now, let me go over what's going to happen. First of all, Renee, give me your comments first. In the first 4 days, you're going to probably lose at least 5 or 6 pounds. Easily by Christmas, I'm going to see you down to about 226, like 30 pounds, because you got about 6 weeks till Christmas. Then moving into January, you're at 226. By the end of January, I'd see you at about 205. That's in January. February, I'm going to see you at about 185. So 185 down to 110. We've got 75 pounds more to go. So let's go, let's see, March, April, May. There's no reason by June you could be 110 pounds. Tell me how excited, Renee, you'd be about that. How excited would you be? Would you be pretty excited? Everybody's coming on now. Hold on. That would be amazing. I know, but it's really, really possible. So Quantum, I'm 41, I'm 250, 5'5", no pre-diabetes, no high blood pressure, slightly elevated cholesterol, no thyroid issues. Okay, great. I'm going to come to you in 1 second. Renee, Renee, here's what you can do if you want. The new health conversation. And you can hopefully there the new health. Oh, I spelled health wrong. That didn't help very much. Okay, let me spell it right. So here's the website you can go to, and we will not contact you if you go there. The only way we'll contact you, HEALTH, conversation. Okay, I just posted it. It should show up right under your name, Renee. Okay, let me come down here. Oh, it shows up at the very bottom. Okay, let me come back up. I'm 41 too. Okay, there was somebody else. Julie Mitchell. Yep, they use a special aloe vera process to help you safely detox man-made toxins. Okay, that is cool. Okay, Renee, we did you. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit more. Julie, we have to work and people I have to make sure they detox safely because it's powerful. Okay. Oh, Quantum, I'm 41, 250, 5'5", no pre. Okay. So in your case, Quantum, 5'5", I'm going to say 120, 130 pounds. You're going to lose 5, 6 pounds in 4 days. Christmas, I would see you at about 120. I would say by the end of January, easily, no, 220, not 120. I'm sorry. No, I lost my mind. By Christmas, you should be 220. By January, I would see you easily at 200 pounds. So 200 down to 120 is 80 pounds. So figure February, March, April. Yeah, by sometime in April, easily, you should be about 130. So tell me how excited you'd be about that. Would that blow your mind? Would you be really, really excited about that? And listen, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. And the new health conversation, you also get free coaching. The coaching is free, the consultation's free. And the thing you can do, I'm posting it right now at the very bottom of the chat for all of you, including you, Renee. Hold on just a second. Oh, Quantum, you've been struggling for 5 years, where your struggles are about ready to be over. Okay, hold on. So let me see. Okay, so who else? Julie, we have to work. Okay, that would be amazing. Absolutely, I've been struggling for 5 years. Okay, you can see right above your head there, or you can see everybody in the new health conversation. I'll put it at the very bottom of the chat again. But also, I want you all to see at the very top in the red, you can see the new health conversation. That's the website. Also, right above your head in blue, the new health conversation. And I'm putting it in the chat. I'm putting it in the comments for everybody as well. If you go there, here's the thing. We will not contact you. We don't need to do that. Because the only thing on the website is the medical proof. There's no products to buy. But if you like what you see, you can scroll down and you get a free consultation with a coach like Regina's on here right now. And the coaches will give you your grocery list, because this is grocery. You're going to buy food on this. There's no products, lotions, potions, pills, shots, nothing. You're going to do this with regular food, well, organic food, 30% from your grocery store. So take whatever you spent last month, only 30% of those dollars should go into the grocery store. Now, here's what makes this work. The other 70% of what you're going to buy comes from these other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You're buying essentially different groceries, but it's not in your grocery store. And then they're going to teach you a completely new way of consuming food that absolutely is proven medically to detox your body. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis proving that this was a detox. I'm going to go through all of that for all of you here in just a moment, right? So I would prefer one, write that in the box. Yeah, so write that in the box, whichever one you'd like to have. So would anybody else like to tell me before, and I'll do you a walkthrough, it'll take me 4 or 5 minutes to explain how this works, but would anybody else, before I do that, if you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. Otherwise, I'll explain it all to you, and then we can take more people afterwards, okay? All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain to you all how in the world this works. So first of all, it was created or invented by the top weight loss nutrition researchers in the entire world. They are rated the top weight loss researchers, nutrition, weight loss, and physiologists in the world. They had done 100 studies, thousands of people over 40 years. They were paid to analyze diets. Over 40 years, they never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off. 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And the sad part was when they analyzed the weight people were losing, including people like you, 25 to 40%, it didn't matter what the diet was lean muscle mass. So the diets were causing weight loss, but causing the most unhealthy condition you pretty much could do in your body. Because when you lose lean muscle, it slows down your metabolism. That's bad enough. That's why you gain all the weight back. But did you know that by losing lean muscle, you also slow down your own immune system? So you're making yourselves much more vulnerable. You're compromising your own immune system by whatever diet you're on right now. So the researchers said, we got to do something different. So the first thing they did, okay, they had been researching people in what are called blue zones. Maybe you heard of those, where a lot of people live to be 100 years old. No one's overweight and no one hardly ever gets sick. And there were 3 things they were doing that the researchers ultimately put that you would be doing. First, serving sizes, much smaller amounts of food, but those foods had huge amounts of nutrition and they detox every couple months. That's what this is based on. So now let's fast forward. So 30% of the food that you would consume on this, the researchers put a list together of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables and gave you serving sizes, not calories. And those foods they picked were like, for example, if it's steak or hamburger, it's got to be grass-fed and finished, not just grass-fed. If it's butter, it needs to be grass-fed butter. It's all laid out for you. You don't have to figure out anything. But you take your total food budget last month, only 30% of that you're going to spend at the grocery store. The other 70% of the money you have left goes towards these other foods that come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that these other researchers would supply to you. So another grocery store, think of it that way. Now they had the ingredients, but they didn't have the recipe, but they created it. So here's what you do. 5 days a week, she was eating 4 times a day. You heard me. She started with only these exotic foods around the world, nothing from a grocery store list, lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a 4th meal after dinner, what the research called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint, because these foods together would represent over 400 different nutrients. 400. You don't need any supplements on this unless you're on prescription for low iron or low calcium. Otherwise, you need no supplements. So again, and it's 4 meals a day. It's not 3 or 2 or 1 or any of that nonsense about time-restricted eating, which is just a bunch of nonsense. Nonsense, just so you know. All the medical proof. The time-restricted eating is no better than just counting calories. It's just a scam, okay? Just so you understand. We have the medical proof. I've got the medical proof that I can show you. I don't have time for that right now. I'll get to it in a moment. Now, 5 days a week, you're having 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store. What? You're only consuming these world's most perfect meals, but this time you'd eat, ready for this, everyone? 8 times a day. You're eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. Why that was so important is how your body naturally can detox. So they were giving her food, the nutrition, every hour and a half, but really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition. Now, why is that important? Let's hit the pause button for a moment. Last night, as long as none of you ate too late, your body, once you were ready for sleep, had digested all your food and all but stopped digestion. At that moment, the body automatically turns on a detox mechanism called autophagy, when the body gets rid of the dead cells. And it has to happen every night. You got to get those dead cells out because if they're sitting around, they can mutate and become cancer cells, for example. Okay, got that? So the key was suspending digestion. Why? Because to digest food takes huge amounts of energy. And that's why if you ate late at night, it's so dangerous, because now you're going to be digesting food and you're taking energy away from the detox. The detox takes tremendous amounts of energy. So the researchers, what did they do? They figured out what they were doing in these blue zones. They were giving people really small amounts of food, but the food contained huge amounts of nutrition, which is the only thing the body cares about, and it's the fuel to run your detox mechanism. So the diabetics on this, besides eating 8 times a day, no one had insulin spikes. People that weighed 400 pounds weren't hungry, because I'm going to teach you something else. You have never in your life ever been hungry for a calorie. I'll challenge all of you. Can anybody even give me the medical definition of a calorie? Your body doesn't know what calories are. Your body's never counted a calorie. You've never been hungry for a calorie in your life. It's the biggest scam on the planet. The only thing your body cares about is nutrition. That's why when you go on these diets and you lower the amount of food you're consuming, what else you're lowering? The amount of nutrition. You could never do this with regular food, ever. Because our food, even if it's organic around the world, is becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient. That's why these foods from these exotic locations, no herbicides, no pesticides, represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food that allow your body naturally to detox. And how did they prove it? They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved that this is assisting your body in removing the poisons. That's why she shrank. That's why most women on this will lose a whole dress size in a week. Did you hear what I just said? Most of you women will lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise. Now, obviously, she lost 60 pounds in 90, but notice she doesn't have any loose skin. And you look at someone like Julie, look at that, everybody, 35 pounds in 37 days. Where's the loose skin? She doesn't have any. Because the fat cells are shrinking due to the detox, and she's building lean muscle, which is supporting her tissue. That's why she doesn't have loose skin. You all know that's happened to you. You all complain to us about the bloating. Oh my God, I've still got a spare tire, whatever you call it. This has nothing to do with that kind of stuff. This is medical proof. And so, again, the key to this, it's not a diet. But you're going to lose weight typically in 4 days. It would take you 6 weeks on any diet. I'll prove it. Oh, I've got a new person, a cute devil. CA, you must be Canadian, 5'4", 160. We'd want you to be no more than 120. That's 40 pounds. Cute devil, you're making it too easy for me. By Thanksgiving, you'll be, you're going to lose like 5 pounds in the first 4 days. But let's say by Thanksgiving, that's 6 weeks, you'll be by Thanksgiving, you'll be 140. January, you'll be 120. That's not even, that's not like, well, look at the numbers. She does 5 pounds. Look what she lost, 5 pounds a week. And keep in mind that these are the low averages. So, cute devil, tell me how excited you'd be about that. How would you like to be 140 at Christmas? And then in January, you're 120. Tell me how you'd feel. I'm not making up. Listen, you need to understand, you probably weren't an early cute devil. The New Health Conversation, okay? This is not a company. We don't have any products. We don't sell anything. It's a movement. But in 23 years, it was started 23 years ago by one person. That one person was me. But that's not important. We now have helped, you ready for this? Cute devil. We've helped 800,000 people around, well, it's only available in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and in the EU. It's not available anywhere else in the world. But in all those areas, we've got people right now in the Netherlands. We've got people in France and Germany. We've got people in New Zealand and Australia. It's a worldwide crisis. We've got 2.5 billion people overweight and 1 billion clinically obese. Does anyone think diets are working? Because they're not. So again, cute devil, tell me how you would feel about those numbers. And they're real. I'm not making up anything. It's just an average. Okay. We'll see you later, Regina. Have a great day. Thanks. Thanks for being here. So again, cute devil, please give me a comment. What do you think about those numbers? And it's totally safe. And you're going to gain 6 to 9% lean muscle if you don't even exercise. Tell me how exciting that would be. She gave me a heart. And cute devil, the website is free to go to. Here it is. I'm going to type it in for you right at the bottom. the new health conversation. Yep, I spelled it right. So it's right there. Quantum creating with M. No exercise was allowed. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise, and they gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. It's in the medical studies. It's published in these peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. Nothing I'm telling you is not backed by medical proof. Medical proof, not my opinion, not some hyperbole. See, the problem well, again, unless you know someone that I don't quantum creating. Can you name anybody you've ever seen on social media with one shred of medical evidence? And medical evidence is a peer-reviewed, published medical study. It's not hearsay. It's not on chickens or a mat, whatever. This is going to make every single diet obsolete. Now, you certainly can exercise if you want to, but here's why they wouldn't let them exercise. Otherwise, you'd be saying, oh, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. And we have all the medical proof we need here from UCLA, a huge study. Diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method, combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining meaningful long-term weight loss. Yeah, they said calories in, calories out is a myth because it oversimplifies biology, ignoring hormonal responses, gut microbiome, and food quality, metabolic adaptations, and not all calories are equal, and focus on leads to failure. And also the muscle gain misconception. Claims that diet and exercise build lean muscle while losing fat are scientifically unfounded, and it's a nutrient deficiency. The body cannot gain lean muscle mass. So they got flooded with huge amounts of nutrition. That's why they built muscle. No, cute devil. Absolutely not. I'm giving you the numbers. Again, you're not an experiment, cute devil. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. We work with some of the top medical doctors, nutritionists, nutrition researchers in the world. Their numbers. See, all of our numbers, they've pushed them up because diets don't work. So now people are accepting, what women tell me is a size 6 is really a size 8. They just changed the labeling. That's what we're doing as a society because no one's been able to come up with a solution until now. And this is the only one in the world. Let's see, I've been working on 3-6 days per week since June, and scale has not budged. Quantum, you're proving my point. Can I explain to you, Quantum? Can I explain to you why that is? Give me a yes, because I don't want to waste your time or anybody else's time, but there's a reason for that, Quantum. I'm going to explain it to you. Just give me a yes if it's okay. I want your permission. But I think better than that, Quantum, if you'll tell me, male or female, how tall you are and what your current weight is. Yes, you want me to tell you. Okay. But before we do that, Quantum, are you male or female, how tall, and what's your current weight? And then I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this, and then I'll explain why what you're doing can't possibly work and won't work. I don't give a darn what you do. You can go to the gym 6 and 7 days a week, and nothing's going to change. You're actually making it worse, to be quite honest with you. Well, remember, cute devil, while I'm waiting for Quantum to give me the numbers, if you think you want to stop at 130, you can go in maintenance. But we know that your real weight, female, 5'5", 250. Okay, so Quantum, on this, here's what you can anticipate. In the first 4 days, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds. Christmas, you should be right around, I know this will blow your mind, 225. So Christmas, 225. By the end of January, you'll be probably right on 200 pounds. Now at 5'5", we'd want you to be about, let's say 125. So 125. So that's going to mean if you're close to 200 by Christmas, by January, 200, you got about 75 pounds to go. I would tell you this. So let's see. We would talk about February, March, April. There's no reason at all by April you should be 125. I'm not kidding you. We see it all the time. Okay, cute devil, the maintenance. Every morning you have one of these, the world's most perfect meal. Then you have lunch and dinner. And every 2 months do another 48-hour detox Remember, you're doing this to detoxify your body. The chemicals don't go on vacation, cute devil. So you're still going to be breathing, drinking, eating, even in Canada. It's all over the world. So that's what I do. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So this morning, my breakfast was the world's most perfect meal. I'll have lunch in a couple hours. I'll have dinner tonight, and then every couple months I do another 48 hours. Maintenance is so simple, and she's maintained it for 9 years. I've maintained it for 23 years. But let me come back to quantum for just a moment. I was going to tell you why your diet is failing you, what you're doing. So quantum, here's the problem. When we go on, what you're doing, and you're exacerbating because you're working out, what they never tell you is when you go on a diet, I don't care what you think, your body can't measure calories, doesn't care about calories, doesn't give a damn. So when you go to the gym and they're telling you you're burning calories, you're not burning fat. That's a lie. It's a total lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, quantum. You die with a certain number of fat cells, and those fat cells expand and contract. And on us, they're expanding because the brain, to protect you and me, is taking these poisons, herbicides, pesticides, Scotchgard, Teflon, and many others, and stuffing them inside our visceral fat. And that's why you get the bloating, okay? But a diet is nothing more than reducing the total amount of food you're consuming. I don't care what the name is. At the end of the day, that's what it is. But what they never tell you is you're reducing the amount of nutrition you have. When the brain senses that, what does it do? It shuts down all access to the fuel inside your fat cell. See, energy is not produced by burning the fat cell. It's created by burning what's in the fat cell, the triglyceride. It's a form of a fat. But the fat cell remains constant number. So what's happening to you on your diet and exercise, for example, you're now in a position where you're consuming less food and less nutrition, and it's firing off in your brain starvation and forcing your body to burn muscle. But you're going one step farther. Not only are you diet and exercise, you're asking your body to put up more energy with less fuel. Right now, if you're doing anything, you're burning muscle. I hate to tell you, that's what's going on. There's no way on this planet you're going to lose any weight doing that. It isn't going to work. It hasn't worked already. I don't have to tell you, you already told me since June. My God, we're almost in December. That's like 6 months. On this, I already told you what did I tell you to get down to your weight? You're going to be there by like March? In like 3-4 months? Come on, it's not even in the same ballpark. But do you understand now, quantum? It's not your fault. You're not doing anything wrong. You got the wrong information. And with all due respect to all these trainers, they're giving people bad information. Calories in, calories out. Nonsense, crap. Here's Harvard Medical School. Listen to this, quantum. Stop counting calories. Here's Harvard Medical School. The idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong. Says Fatima Stanford obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion. Stanford said it's time to concentrate on what's in our food, not how much food we're consuming. That's where your problem lies, quantum. And if you're even eating organic food, even our organic food is all but almost nutritionally bankrupt. That's why these researchers limited the amount of food you'd eat on this to only 30% from your grocery store and 70% from these exotic foods around the world, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. See, you can work out with this because you're going to have enough nutrition. Totally different deal, but they were not allowed to work out. Look at her, 60 pounds in 90 days. If that doesn't, unless you think it's fake, which is not, people tell me, oh, it's a different woman. No, it's the daughter of a friend of mine. I mean, I'd have a lot of fixing to do here, right? Oh boy, here's an idiot again. Oh boy, this is... See, what's wrong with you, somebody? What is wrong with you? Are you uneducated? Peer-reviewed human trial medical studies are irrefutable medical proof. So what you're saying is that peer-reviewed human trial medical trials are fake. It's just so. I mean, I get these haters on here because they have no solution. Oh yes, this is a scammer. You can't scam. Do all of you understand? You can't scam a peer-reviewed human trial medical study. It's impossible. It's not even in the same. It's not in the same zip code. And I get these fools that want to come on and tell me this stuff, and it's ridiculous. Honestly, do you all understand? Do you understand the significance of a peer-reviewed human trial medical study? No drug ever gets approved without a peer-reviewed human trial medical study. Does that make sense? Quantum. No, oh my God, quantum, let me do GLP-1, let me show you. So here, and again, we're not against the shots for diabetics and people morbidly obese, okay? But listen, Quantum, before you leap, right? I don't want to sell you, but I want to show you why the GLP, you may want to really consider that. This is the New England Journal of Medicine. You got it, Quantum? It was a 68-week study on semaglutide, one of the GLP-1s, right? So a year and 4 months, right? Now we're going to contrast that with Kristen over here. So hold on. Okay, 68 weeks, I'm reading from the study. Okay, again, I can't make these things up. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds, 40% was lean muscle mass. 40%, which means out of 32 pounds, about 13 pounds was lean muscle. Well, they're going to gain all the weight. They are. We're working with people that are coming off the shots. Quantum, they're gaining a half a pound a day. A day. It's taken them a couple of weeks to gain all the weight back. Again, what is the shot? It lowers your you eat less food, meaning you're getting less nutrition, which does what? Triggers the starvation mode in your body. Now I'm making sense? Quantum, have you got it? You got it? Good. And again, here's the website to go to get a free coach. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Whoa, what am I doing here? So, hold on. I'm going to type it in for you. The New Health. So when you go there, Quantum, we will not contact you. Be very clear. We don't do that. It's medical proof. We let you see it. If you like what you see, scroll down and you get a free consultation and a free coach. A free consultation and a free coach the whole time. And what will they do? You'll get a grocery list that you'll take to the body store. You're going to take it to the grocery store and you're going to buy proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. Okay, and the point is that those foods are only 30% of what you spent last month. That's all you're going to have to spend. The other 70% comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition and very small amounts of food. And they'll show you exactly what to do, including this is the medical researchers who put this together. They created, it's called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of these yellows are daily videos from them explaining to you why it's safe, why it works. And they don't have any products. They don't sell any. They're the researchers who put this together, which is what makes this really cool. Because again, they have no vested interest other than the science, and they're the top weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world. So are you excited now? Oh, great, Quantum. Now, Quantum, let me explain something to you. If you're on the site, look at everything medically there. When you scroll down and it says free consultation, it'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. The 30% of the food you're going to buy from the grocery store, they're not going to give you a refund. But the other 70%, they'll give you 100% of your money back in the first 30 days if it doesn't work. That's what that means. But I want to clarify that because some people get confused. Oh, you said it was 100% money back guarantee. Unless you can make a deal with your grocery store, then okay, that's different. But I can tell you unequivocally, the 70% that you would consume comes from these researchers. They'll give you 100% of your money back. You got it? All right, who else would like to ask me a question? I need to rest my voice. It's now 1:15 in the afternoon, East Coast time. Give me about 30, 40 minutes and I'll come back on again. But would anybody else, before I close out, if you'll tell me if you're man or woman, how tall you are and what your current weight is, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose on this, and it's not a diet. You have a free website to go to see and get a coach, So would anybody else like to put it in the chat? Oh, okay, Dark Side Warrior. Female 260, but I need to know how tall you are, Dark Side Warrior. Please tell me your height and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose it on this. It's going to shock you probably, but again, Dark Side, the New Health Conversation, we've helped 800,000 people. 800,000 people. 5'4", okay, so female, okay, so Amy, I'll do, okay, several of you want help. Okay, it's all good, everybody. So Dark Side Warrior, you're 5'6". Let me come back up to you here. All right, so 260 and you're 5'6". Okay, we'd want you to be about 130. That's 130 pounds, Dark Side. Get ready. First 4 days, you're going to lose between 5 and 8 pounds. Easy. Christmas, you should be 230. By the end of January, I'd see you right at about 200 pounds. So 200 to get you down to 130 is 70 more pounds. So that should be April. Let's see, February, March. Easily by the 1st of April, you should be 130. Tell me, Dark Side Warrior, how much would that excite you? and you can go to the website for free and get a free coach. Amy, I'm 5'4", 230. Amy, 5'4", again, 120, that's 110 pounds. Amy, you should lose 5 to 8 pounds in 4 days. By Christmas, you're probably going to be close to 200. By the end of January, you're probably going to be 175. 175, Amy, let's see, let me come back to you for just a second. So you're 175, we want you at 120, that's 55 pounds. Again, Amy, by the 1st of April, you should be very close to 125. Amy, how much would that excite you? Okay, and then we have Rose Orchid, 5'1", 165. Okay, at 5'1", probably 110 would be ideal, that's 55 pounds. You're gonna probably lose, in the first 4 days, you're gonna lose at least 5 pounds. I would say by Christmas, you should be easily I'm going to say about 138. By the end of January, you should be about 138, 25, about 113. So you've only got about, there's no reason at all that by early in March, you're going to be down to like 110, 105, somewhere. So Rose, how much would that excite you? Okay, Cute Devil, Follow the Live Creator, Dark Side Amazing, Rose Orchid, 5'1", 165. Rose Orchid, I just did you. Please, ladies, put a comment. Let me know. And you all have to understand. Yeah, sure, Cute Devil. That's a great question. They're not supplements. There's no supplements involved. These are nutrients and foods. I'll give you 2 quick examples. One, some of the nutrients come from Mongolia. And those ingredients, those nutrients only come, that's the only place in the world where they exist. And they massively lower stress in your body. Some of the other nutrients come from Nepal and the Himalayas, and they are proven to lower inflammation, and we have the medical proof to back it up. These foods, they also would include, for example, some of the foods can include 22 naturally occurring vitamins. See, that's why you don't need supplements on this. The food is providing all the nutrients we need. The reason supplements came around is because our food, especially around the world, became less and less nutritionally dense, so we had to supplement. Why were we supplementing? Because food didn't provide what it used to provide, because we've so overfarmed and used so many chemicals to raise more crops, but at what expense? Oh, somebody, you just give it a rest, would you? You're ignoring the fact that medical proof is medical proof. So snake oil salesman, my foot. What an idiot, just an idiot. Anyway, let's keep going over here on the people that care. Anyway, to make a long story short, where you're going to be as far as that Cute Devil goes, that again, the coaches will go over all that with you, but basically you get 400 different nutrients, and it's from the foods themselves. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Well, those are 3 just right off the bat. Also, you're going to find that some of the foods they have about 300% more amino acids than any protein source you've ever sourced in your entire life, if that makes sense, right? I can't even imagine. That would be amazing. We see it all the time, Rose. So fresh fruit is being delivered to us. It's yeah, in a sense, you could say that. Yeah, it's a little bit different than that, because the fresh food you're used to, you're going to actually buy that at your grocery store. And these foods come, some of them you make as a tea, some of them you make with water, some of them you blend. Again, it's a little more complicated than just, okay, here it is. But the coaches will go over that with you for free, Cute Devil. That's part of it. How do we get started? You go to this website right here. I'm going to type it in for you. The new health, conversation. It's the new health conversation. You can see it right there. The new health conversation. If you go there, we won't contact you. Scroll down. No, somebody, you're the grifter. You're full of it. You don't have a shred of medical evidence to stand on. You're a silly, silly person. What a silly person. You're wasting your time. You're going up against the top medical researchers in the world. Good luck with that, my friend. Good luck. Anyway, so Rose, do you see that? The new health conversation, Cute Devil, all of you. That website is free to go to. So again, I'm going to end this podcast. Yeah, we're at an hour and 20 minutes. If no one else wants to ask me about the numbers, but you all can go to that website for free. There's nothing to buy there. The only thing there is the medical proof. Okay, everybody? Have a wonderful day, and I'll probably come back on around 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today. Thanks.